Ever since Emma moved to San Diego, she felt like life had finally started to breathe. The ocean whispered just beyond her window, carrying the scent of salt and possibilities. Her days were full of sunlight, oat milk lattes, and the quiet sense that something wonderful was waiting for her. She just didn't know that something had hazel eyes and a crooked smile behind a coffee counter. Mia was a barista, bright, funny, a little chaotic, with laughter that could light up a whole room. When Emma first stepped into the cafe, they shared a brief exchange, then a glance, one of those that lingers long enough to change everything. From that day on, coffee wasn't just coffee anymore. Emma kept coming back. She said it was because of the flavor. Mia pretended to believe her. Between cappuccinos and caramel drizzle, they began to talk, joke, and slowly open up. Their small talks turned into long conversations about dreams, fears, and the courage it takes to be yourself. One evening, after work, Mia said, "Come to the rooftop. The view is amazing." They sat on an old blanket, watching the sunset melt the sky into gold and pink. The wind brushed through their hair. Mia leaned close, her shoulder touching Emma's, and whispered, "Sometimes I think happiness is just sitting next to someone who understands you without words." Emma felt her heartbeat quicken. She reached for Mia's hand and held it gently. Their eyes met, and without a word, Mia leaned forward. Their lips brushed lightly, a soft, tentative kiss, full of curiosity and warmth. Emma smiled against her lips, and they stayed like that, close, letting the moment stretch into eternity. From that night, everything changed. They began spending almost every day together, picnics by the beach, spontaneous road trips, singing on the balcony, making pancakes at midnight and laughing when everything burned. Their apartment became a sanctuary, filled with candles, laughter, and quiet moments of love. One rainy Sunday, wrapped in blankets, they watched old movies. Mia rested her head on Emma's shoulder. She lifted her eyes briefly and kissed Emma's cheek softly, lingering there for a moment before whispering, "I never want this to end." Emma turned her head and pressed her lips to Mia's in a slow, tender kiss, the kind that spoke of comfort, trust, and belonging. Neither of them moved for several seconds, just breathing in each other's presence, letting the rain outside mirror the gentle rhythm of their hearts. Sometimes, they lay on the bed for hours, talking about everything: dreams, fears, the future. "What if we grow old together?" Emma asked once, smiling. "Then I'll keep making you coffee every morning, even if I forget your name," Mia replied, leaning in for a soft kiss on the forehead. Their love wasn't perfect. They argued sometimes. But every argument ended in laughter or a quiet apology, often sealed with a brief kiss, quick, affectionate, yet meaningful. Their love was music, sometimes soft, sometimes loud, but always true. One evening, on the roof again, they watched the city lights flicker like stars. Emma brushed a strand of hair from Mia's face and leaned in. This kiss was slower, more intentional, lingering, with just enough passion to make their hearts race, yet tender enough to feel safe. They pulled back only to laugh softly, resting their foreheads together. Spring arrived, and with it came long walks on the beach. They'd chase the waves, grab each other's hands, and sometimes pause to kiss under the orange glow of the sunset. Each kiss felt like a promise of being present, of holding on through life's little storms. They moved into a house closer to the ocean. Mornings were golden, sunlight spilled over their bed as they woke up in each other's arms. Sometimes Emma would trace patterns on Mia's arm, and Mia would respond with a quick, sweet kiss. Sometimes Mia would whisper a silly joke and end it with a kiss that made them both giggle. Even in small disagreements, their love showed. Emma would frown at something, and Mia would nudge her nose with a gentle kiss, breaking the tension. It was a language of its own. A kiss could say, "I understand, I'm here, I love you." On stormy evenings, they stayed inside, making tea, talking about life. Mia rested her head on Emma's chest, and Emma kissed the top of her head, listening to the rhythm of her heartbeat. Sometimes they'd share slow, lingering kisses on the lips, sometimes on the cheek, sometimes just holding each other, letting words fade. One night, Mia looked up at Emma, her eyes soft. I love you more than I ever thought I could love anyone." Emma kissed her gently, whispering against her lips, "And I'll love you in every quiet moment that comes." Years passed, and their love only grew deeper. Their life together wasn't perfect, but it was theirs, full of laughter, warmth, little adventures, and the quiet magic of love that lived in touches, glances, and gentle kisses. Each night, as they lay together holding hands, they knew that they had found something rare, a home not built from walls, but from hearts. And sometimes, as the ocean whispered outside their window, they kissed again, soft, tender, full of meaning, a love that was quiet but eternal.